Good evening, Randomizer, Zelda, and otherwise speed gaming fans. Hope you're having a fine Sunday evening or whatever it may happen to be for you. This is the Zelda 1 Randomizer Weekly Race. I am Trenton, joined by some very fine people tonight, and we're excited for this bit of a throwback to the Pentaforce tournament, but with a few modifications. Talk to us a little bit about that, Melee.
All right, so Pentaforce, just in general, just means that we only need 5 Triforces to enter level 9. Doesn't sound like that's too hard, but thing is, just finding 5 Triforces isn't enough. You need all the usual things to beat your average Zelda 1 seed. We do need the bow and the silver arrows, because Ganon will be required. On top of that, we also have a second quest overworld, which will likely involve the recorder at some point. Second quest dungeons, with all that implies. Important items can be in 9, up to and including the bow and silver arrows. The enemies and bosses HP is shuffled, plus or minus 2. We have the cave shuffle, shop item shuffle, the usual thing. Also, the book has the added functionality of understanding the old men, which means that until we get the book, all of them will say the same thing. We'll find out what in due time. And it looks like our runners are off.
So, August, who's trying to understand these hints?
Well, speaking of runners, we've got Truant Gamer, Mr. Cab 55, Eat My Steel, and Magic Friends. And as Melee Wizard was telling us, these are a modified Pentaforce tournament. And I know those top 2 runners for certain played in our Pentaforce tournament years past. I believe Eat My Steel did as well. Not certain of that, but we're sure in for a good race. Might be a bit quicker with just 5 of those Triforces, but it's sure to be a good one. Sit back and relax and enjoy.
All right, we saw the medium secret rolled up a little bit to 33, and apparently all of our men giving hints are asleep at the switch until we get the book.
Well, makes it easy to grab their money, I suppose. Though, of course, we are naturally on the honor system regarding buying items from the shops.
Yeah, well, I mean, they kind of are still awake. They just sound asleep.
And it looks like Eat My Steel finds our first dungeon, Palace 3, level 3.
Level 3 are randomized names, so you see a boss like Dodongo Digdogger, you may not have to beat that boss. You may go on, find an easier one to deal with, but we'd need the recorder to deal with that one anyways.
Of course, since we don't have any weaponry at all, it's kind of hard to deal with anything. Although we do have the boomerang in level 3.
Magic Friends decided to explore a couple of rooms just to see what you could get away with, and getting away with a little bit of something there.
Ooh, Eat My Steel finds the pass-through.
Truant Gamer picking up Lord Banana as Mr. Cab has found level 7.
Vanilla First Quest Blue Ring Shop are any roads, and we're seeing a little bit of exploration. Our most item is Power Bracelet.
Yeah, I thought I saw that just from looking at Eat My Steel's inventory.
Well, if I do recall, the Pentaforce flags were a 50-50 on the Armor Shuffle. Is that right?
Mr. Cab just picked up the Triforce out of level 7, no weapons required. So just sitting on the ground, free to take. There's our first of 5 Triforces needed, and the bow is the white sword item.
Yeah, unfortunately we don't have enough hearts to grab it, but it's nice to know that it's there.
That's something you're going to mark on your tracker and circle and underline and highlight and whatever else takes you to remember where that is.
I did not see what was on the coast, though.
That is the silver arrows.
Oh my!
What is this seed?
Oh A whole bunch of early information, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of really good information. So we're gonna need extra hearts. We're gonna need that ladder.
The heart's probably not gonna be the challenge, but the ladder, that could be just about anywhere.
Well, August, knowing we need that ladder, where are you going to look for it? Are you going to explore any dungeon you come across? Are you going to look for the shorter ones first? What's your thought process here?
Levels 1 and 2, please. Looks like Eat My still picking up that letter. Not too far away from vanilla.
That's a good backup. I also really like it under these rules where now we know we need those hearts for the bow. We're gonna want to not take that potion particularly.
Oh, I think Eat My still picked up something off the floor. Finds a heart container in the staircase of level 2.
I initially thought that was bombs. I wonder if it was the magic boomerang.
Nope, inventory is empty.
In Palace 2, I know that was a rupee boss.
Okay, fair enough.
Ah.
Truant Gamer about to find that as well.
Seen 3 of our levels so far.
Magic Friends finding the magical sword.
I think they
Given
might
this
be
is
magical.
Pentaforce, we may or may not be seeing that, but we'll see.
A lot of hearts to be able to get that, and when we're only looking for one dungeon item, I imagine we're going to be looking through these dungeons as quickly as possible. Hello, Gliok.
Hello, Truant Gamer being cornered by Darknuts.
5 minutes in. That's a whole difference of 10 minutes. No one's found the wood sword yet. What do you think, August? Death Mountain?
Not quite this early. Our runners don't really have a whole lot of bombs. Mr. Cab at 2. All the 3 others at 0.
Second quest rules, you gotta remember to check those walls to see what you can walk through. Truant does.
Oh, that's right. Second quest. Not only do we have to worry about walk-through walls, but that recorder and that power bracelet might be very valuable indeed. Eat My Steel picking up that blue candle.
Early candle, it's always helpful. It opens up the exploration, but of course the wood sword is not going to require either candle or bomb to get to it. But we've yet to locate it so far. Oh, that's just an unfortunate screen. Eat My Steel trying to get up to the vanilla white sword cave. And that's a lot of enemies to have to get past.
Oh yes, especially when you're down to 1 heart.
Luckily can block those wooden arrows with his wooden shield.
A little bit of patience as he tries to get some cooperation. Did he get it?
Yes,
He's in there!
And
Also-
it's level 4.
So that's a great
And-
find. Also a good find for Mr. Cab. $6 on the bombs. Only 6 rupees to pick up a 4-pack.
Oh, but not so good news for Mr. Cab taking a stab from that Armos. And also not some good news. Eat My Steel running into a mugger here in level 4.
He had the rupees to pay for it. I understand not doing the hearts. Especially, well, just... I don't think he's seen the bow as the white sword item yet, but in concept of not seeing the white sword item yet, you probably want the hearts this early.
Oh yes. Especially since we've already seen both types of dark nuts, and who knows what else we might be seeing later on.
Yeah, unfortunately he ran into that after picking up his 4th heart container. Now, if he had run into that a bit sooner, not an issue with just 3 hearts. You just go into zombie mode, and that's a 1-hit KO. You're done. No more hearts.
that would have been automatic, and even if he'd done that, he could have just up-A'd and started over in the level at 3 hearts, and all would be well. But I'm a little surprised he didn't pay the ransom and just move on. But maybe it was the lack of sword. He didn't want to bother with the dungeon at this point.
Yep, as Magic Friends picks up his blue candle, Truant Gamer has stumbled into level 7. Let's see if they can't find that Triforce as quickly as Mr. Cab did. Finds another Mugger room. Also in the position of 4 hearts, and no thanks, I don't want to pay that. But Magic Friends only at 3. Also,
Still
up and Aang out of there. Huh.
Yeah, that may be a case of Magic Friends just didn't think about the zombie link effect.
Brains. Brains.
Truant does find the path to Triforce in 7.
And no more thank you. Out of that spiral of doom.
So our couple runners here now up to the Death Mountain area, still without this wood sword. Where is it hiding?
Well, we know it's in an open cave. I've checked what the northeast. I guess a couple of spots maybe in the forest. Maybe not. I think they've checked the forest actually. Magic Friends up here on Death Mountain. Looks like Truant Gamer not far behind. Is it here? It is!
There it is! Kind of a really nasty place for that first sword.
About as nasty as they come. Now let's see what kind of advantage Magic Friends can get with that. How long is it going to take anybody else to get there?
Well, already gets an advantage taking out some of these blue moblins, getting some bombs for free.
I think Truant Gamer isn't too far off. He wants to check these graves. Eat My Steel is headed in that direction as well. Mr. Cab, no, that's the magical sword.
The wood boomerang getting some use tonight out of a couple of these runners. It's not always the most favorite item, but the nice thing for when they found it, it was the first repeatable item that they could do. Of course, the blue candle only works once on the screen, but you can keep throwing that boomerang all day long.
It also helps, I've noticed some of these enemies have 0 HP, which basically makes them the equivalent of keys.
Yep, so you can kill those enemies with said banana. And Eat My Steel up to 5 heart containers now. 66% chance at that bow when they stumble upon that cave.
I may be off. Wasn't it Eat My Steel who found it?
It might have been. I did not see at the moment.
But of course, it's all the way over in the forest, and you'd much rather have the hearts to be sure before going to it.
Yep, definitely can't blame them poking in here of into level 7.
Yeah, it
But
sees those
not
wizrobes
much.
and says no.
Well, that's very unfortunate for Eat My Steel, because what we saw is that's one of the easiest Triforces to get. So now you're going to have to invest that time in another dungeon, and unless it's in the second room, it's just not going to be as easy a Triforce.
Magic Friends in level 4, facing off against a bunny and a couple of blue dark nuts. And muggers galore, wow.
Mr. Cab and Truant still in need of the sword, and both in sort of opposite ends of where they need to be to find it. Cab is up in the northeast of the world. Eat My Steel was down in the southwest.
And looks like the potion prices are oddly linear. There's really no advantage to buying one or the other.
Got a couple heart pickups. Mr. Cab in the staircase. Eat My Steel finding one from a Taken Cave.
Truant finds out for us that 4 hearts will not be enough to pick up the white sword item of that bow.
Wah, 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 wah.
Hey, it's there. You gotta try for it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
as long as it's not a 0% chance, I guess.
I mean, unless you're Mr. Cab going for that magical sword at the 3 heart containers.
We've not seen many items in the dungeons as of yet. We've seen a heart container down there, and we've also seen the wood boomerang sitting on the floor.
Yeah, we do know a whole lot is required, though. We
Ooh.
know we're gonna need that ladder for certain.
And we see the red ring in level 4 for Magic Friends.
And we know he'll be very happy about that additional defense.
Who wouldn't be?
I don't know, maybe a runner in a one-hit KO seed?
Alright, fair.
If you're in a 1-hit KO seed, doesn't matter what ring you got.
Yeah, that's why you'd be unhappy versus, say, a ladder or something like that. What we're happy to see is a bunch of fine folks coming over to join us from Speed Gaming with the Big Ghost. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening.
Welcome to the Zelda 1 Randomizer Weekly Race.
Eat My Steel gonna grab that wood sword about 5 minutes later than our other runners found it. Although Truant still in need.
I don't know, a runner of Truant's caliber, does he really need the wood sword until he's fighting Ganon or a Gleeok?
Well, he may need it to get Triforces, and he's a little short on that right now with only the one that we found on the ground in 7.
And goodness knows, can't really fight Darknuts and Wizrobes with a candle, but able to take out Darknuts with a bomb, and Truant will find that red ring as well.
Still gonna be a very welcome sight. Let's see, we've seen one of the hint shops so far. We do need the book to be able to understand it, and a whole lot of money to be able to purchase it. Melee, in these flags, are you prioritizing hints knowing you just need that one item and maybe one of those 6 pays off for you?
That really depends on whether or not we find the book, at least in this case, because until you find the book, it doesn't really matter if you want to find the hints or not.
Truant's the first to pay off a mugger.
I think someone else has paid off a mugger. I think it was Magic Friends here on level 4 as well.
Yeah, good chance of that same level.
Well, Mr. Cab, he can pay off a whole bunch of muggers.
May not want to, but could. Oh, tries to manage that last bomb, but can't get it placed right. Darknuts don't cooperate. They're rude like that.
Truant Gamer on the other screen, though, very nice force bomb off some blue moblins. Yep, and Mr. Cab does not want to pay off that mugger.
I think he was kind of stuck in that situation and was just looking for bombs as a potential drop, but could not get them.
Looks like Truant Gamer now making his way up Death Mountain.
So we really didn't see a lot of progress out of this level 4 yet.
We did find both of the item staircases. One had them at the heart container, one had the red ring. So really the only other thing to be had here is the Triforce itself.
And if that, of course, requires the recorder, that's not going to be possible right now.
Nope.
So a whole lot of digging dungeons, exploring on the overworld. We found 4 dungeons, 2, 3, 4, and 7. Silver Arrows on the coast. So, interesting start so far. 18 minutes in.
And the old man has the bow as Truant is finally going to get a sword 18 minutes in.
With Mr. Cab not far behind.
Gotta feel good at this point because they've seen levels. They just hadn't been able to go far without that weapon. And sometimes you just need any weapon to be able to start getting through things.
Any port in a storm.
Magic friends remembering to check those second quest walls. Can I just walk through here?
Now, which levels are can never have walkthrough walls? It's what, 1, 2, 3, and 7?
2 can. 3. 1, 3.
Yeah, I think it was just the odd ones. For some reason, I stuck 2 in there. I guess odd ones -5.
And speaking of odd ones, here's level 3 for Mr. Cab.
And was that a large secret of 69 rupees?
Yes, it was.
I don't know whether to laugh and giggle at the meme number, or just to say ew, because it's such a small one.
Eat My Steel's gonna be our first runner to pick up the bow. Has enough money to purchase wood arrows. I wonder if that will be a thing, knowing where the silvers are.
Well, we just have to... I guess it all depends on how long it takes us to find that ladder.
And, whether or not we see a Goma.
Well, yes.
So not a very rich seed, but still, runners have been able to amass some money. 3 of them at or over 100 rupees.
Well, it does help that the large and mediums were at least a little bit bigger than normal. Helps compensate for the weak large one, of which there is only 1 in Second Quest Overworld.
Of course, when in doubt, there's always the money-making game.
I've never been much of a fan of that. Ooh, Eat My Steel doing the screen wrap and meets a Lionel on the other side.
I'm not sure which side that hit on. He may have gotten stabbed on the right side and still screen scrolled over to the left for the animation.
I think it was actually body contact.
Either way, doesn't help you much when you have to start over.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of start over, Mr. Cab starting over on the overworld, dying down at the coast.
So we've seen the bait for sale a couple of times with no one picking it up yet.
Yep, 68 rupees, not a bad price.
109 is pretty bad, though.
Well, you don't go to that merchant.
I mean, objectively, that's true. I'm not playing. So Truant is in the neighborhood, probably about to check this bow.
There it is.
Our second runner on stream to pick it up.
So might be in a bit of a lead with Triforce, bow, red ring, and his sword.
Mr. Cat picking up hard container number 6. Believe he knows about the bow. Probably try to route that in. Or maybe just route that in just here and now, maybe.
It's one of those things you're never going to regret having the bow. Alright, Eat My Steel is about to get into the White Sword Cave here, which we did see earlier was a level.
Apparently, according to chat, Cab got the bow at 5 hearts.
Very interesting. Well, that's how the seed was rolled tonight.
We are still in need of the ladder. We must find it because we need it for the silver arrows.
We're poking his head back in level 2. Still no keys.
At least we have something that can deal with these bunnies that look like they roll a bit low on health.
Yeah, I don't care if it is low. It doesn't feel low against those things.
No, it doesn't.
And a 5 for your trouble.
And a red ring for Eat My Steel in level 4.
Speaking of things you say yes please to. Gliak being a little
Not
stubborn with us.
Yeah, you don't want to say yes to a Gliak fight. Not if you can avoid it.
Get your Gliak spayed or neutered. One bomb taking care of business against the red dark nuts. Just have to actually get it lined up right to hit them. Bomb dropping key, that's pretty good room.
I think we might be seeing some new information from Palace 4 from Eat My Steel.
Yeah, the left side of the screen is hot as Truant Gamer finds a transport staircase here in level 2.
Mr. Cab, gonna purchase the bait. We've not seen that block. So that's interesting to me. It's a just in case he finds the block, but also it probably indicates he's not saving money for hints.
Well, I mean, he's got a... It might be more of a case of if he finds more free money, he can actually, collect it and not waste it.
Well, speaking of money for hints, Mr. Cab purchasing those wooden arrows, but I think the problem with purchasing hints is that you need the book. And we're over 20 minutes in and no book in sight, so chances are those hints aren't going to be, helpful by the time he picks the book up. But I think very good call at picking up those arrows.
And a good point from chat, the book could in fact be in level 9. Because important items are allowed to be there. Obviously we've seen the red ring and silver arrows outside of 9.
And
Truant
we have
Gamer
a...
finds,
Yep.
Yeah, finding that Goma here in level 2.
Just right now Cab is the only one who could deal with it.
But there's the Triforce in 2. Truant Gamer's going to go ahead and pick that up.
So now, unless that happens to be the floor drop, then that Goma couldn't be required.
Yeah, well, we did find a heart container in a staircase of level 2, as Eat My Steel finding the any key in the staircase of a level 4. It's a big advantage.
That is a lot of exploration that it opens up.
Yes, no doubt.
So level 4, garnishing my vote for best dungeon of the seed. Red ring and any key.
far as optional items go, that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, definitely. It'll be a rarity for anyone to turn either of those down.
Troll Handle finally goes down for Mr. Cab here in level 1, so it's gotta be one of the most important places to look in this seed, as we still need that ladder.
But we do have the
Recorder on the
recorder
ground.
in level 1. With Second Quest Overworld, that is very important. There are a lot of recorder spots to be had in Second Quest Overworld. They could be hiding a lot of things.
And you saw Mr. Cab doing his very best to dodge those red bubbles, and unfortunately got bopped. Did his best because the curse for those red bubbles, it's swordless. And he's taking a death there.
Yeah, but the death does not bring your sword back. So unless there's some blue bubbles close by, you might have to go outside and visit a fairy fountain.
Now he knows he's looking for a staircase, having found the floor item. So you can bypass rooms theoretically pretty quickly.
Second Quest level 1 doesn't, I don't believe, has a staircase item. It just has the floor item.
Fair enough. Shows you how much I've been running Second Quest lately. Hey, there's the bait block, or one of two? One of two in Second Quest.
And Eat My Steel finding the Triforce for level 3.
Which might be guarding the staircase that he wants.
Possibly, yeah. We'll see if he decides to go back in.
Well, no, wait, we've already got the wood boomerang out of 3.
Oh, true. True. So that could have only been a pass-through, possibly to a hard container or something.
Yeah, so I think he'll take that Triforce quite happily and move on. I think we're kind of really watching Cab here to see what he can find in this level 1. Meanwhile, Truant continues to work through level 4. Magic Friends is trying to see what he can turn up in level 2. This is not the staircase you're looking for.
Despite having been hit by that red bubble, Mr. Cap still has some good weaponry. Has the bow and arrows, but takes a death to a Keese.
And has picked up that map for level 1, reminding us of the second quest dungeon layouts, E, A, L, B, and C, for levels 1 through 5.
I don't know why, but seeing the E reminds me of the old Jello theme. Magic Friends picking up the Triforce out of level 2, his first of the game. They used to spell out Jello in the old theme. They would have it in the molded Jello letters.
Jello.
Alright, Mr. Cab, trying to deal with level 1 still.
I Eat My Steel on the other side of the screen, finding that easy Triforce out of 7 and saying adios as Trinkamer picks up that inning key.
Again, as far as not required items go, you're certainly not going to be upset about that one.
Eat My Steel seeing the arrow shop and deciding to hold off on it.
There's the heart from level 1. Level 1, it cares.
I'm starting to think that the Triforce is either behind the Vires or potentially behind this room. Starting to think, did he ever get his sword function back?
I don't believe so.
Oh no. Luckily, the red Wizrobes are a priority, and they are going down to 1 bomb. Oh no, they're not.
Not
Blue
full,
Wizrobes
not full
the priority.
though, unfortunately.
It was a very reasonable check. Just didn't work out this time. Segmented 1. And I think we've already seen that Gliok. Yeah, we have.
This is not the Gliok you're looking for.
Well, he's already seen the heart container, so well, the Triforce is still outstanding.
Very nice using that boomerang to group up those Vires and take them all out with the bomb. And that is a full clear of that dungeon.
I was a little surprised he used that bomb. I thought he was using the candle to test their HP.
Yeah, another strategy. He could have gone in and out and used the candle that way. But he's saving. He's getting his sword back. We'll be back sooner rather than later.
There wasn't a lot to be done at that point. Never did see that item staircase out of one, so I'm not sure what could have been guarding it.
There was no items. There's no item staircase in Second Quest 1.
Sorry. There we go then. So it's just the recorder.
Yep.
Gab got that.
Yep.
In second Triforce hunting, and there wasn't anything easy offering it.
Yeah, it's pretty much down to the Wiz Robes and the Gliok.
So, like I said, nothing easy.
Unfortunately, Eat My Steel also finding that red bubble room is kind of unavoidable. And it being a Triforce room, it's kind of difficult to avoid it.
Yeah, that's just a really, really unpleasant layout.
Well, any room that
has in this dungeon.
Yeah, any room with red bubbles in it is unpleasant.
Some more unpleasant than others.
Yeah, it's always nice when you can spawn them on the other side of a moat room or something like that.
Mr. Cab running into something in the overworld that doesn't agree with him. We'll need to begin again. So, 30 minutes in, we've only got 2 pieces of Triforce. As far as Pentaforce goes, that's a little bit slow on the rate, but given that we know how important the ladder is, I don't think it's that slow for the exploration. Just kind of the way the seed has been.
I mean, I think given that it's second quest, I think we should throw out the Pentaforce average times for first quest. Second quest is a whole different beast.
Oh yes, definitely.
You make a very good point there.
Manhandle also making a good point against Truant Gamer, but Truant taking him down.
And there's level 9, the recorder's required.
That was
100% required. Yep, Mr. Cab just found it.
Oh boy.
2 screens open. And I'm thinking we still haven't seen level 8 yet. Did we see 5?
I don't think we have
seen 5, 6, or 8.
Well, still a lot hiding on us so far.
Yep, still, I think the level 2's item staircase, I believe, had the heart container. So basically, we're still looking for 1 and 5, 1 and 6, 1 and 7, and 2 and 8, and 2 and 9.
Just the exploration has really slowed people down so far. For a lot of them, it took a while to find that sword initially. No one had it for 10 minutes.
Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly in a friendly place.
Not even a little. Well, chat, as you're sitting here observing what we are, what's your guess? Which level is hiding our ladder? You can see in the middle there on the tracker where we have found stuff so far, but get your guesses in while you can. Where's our ladder hiding today?
If you really wanted to be mean, you would want it like 6.
No. Really mean is in level 9. So you go into level 9 with your 5 Triforce step to dig out the ladder to go to the coast to defeat your pig.
Like Second Quest 8 is about as trolly as you can do it, because it can be all the way buried in that very last room.
Yeah, there are a lot of staircases. It could be a magical staircase situation. And Eat
Truant
My Steel
Gamer.
having some foresight, bringing a potion into level 1 to try to take out this Gleeok.
Very nice. Truant Gamer relentless feeding those bananas to those Vires. But nothing but a key.
Kept those beam swords through 3 heads. That's impressive, but that is not the Triforce.
No, it's got to be in that Wizrobe room, and that's the only room left.
If there's red bubbles in the way, I don't think it's many. I think you might have to go through 3 of them. No, he's good.
Yeah, to get here from the start of the dungeon, yes, but to get from the Gleeok, no.
Just got those beam swords back against the bunny and the Wizrobe. Oh, and the Wizrobe was trapped in the hole. And there's the Triforce.
There it is.
Eat My Steel with the Triforce advantage now, picking up number 3 of 5 required to enter level 9.
Yeah, our other 3 racers in dungeons of their own, looking for other Tringles.
Oh, where was level 5? I didn't even see.
I don't know. I bet someone in chat saw.
I don't know, Eat My Steel was pretty entertaining with that Triforce pickup. Magic Friends is also exploring this level 1, trying to see what can be found. My Steel is going to go ahead and pick up another heart container, so 2 more from being able to make a chance play at the magical sword.
Which is rather centrally located, and Magic Friends doesn't have enough bombs to continue on level 1, which we know there's nothing beyond there but a key, but...
Eat My Steel has found level 5 was on Death Mountain.
Ah, I see.
It's like everything's on Death Mountain today. Except level 9.
There is Triforce from level 1 for Mr. Cab.
Definitely had to earn it there. And our second... that was second for him. I thought it was his third, or did I just not see it on his tracker? His in-game tracker, I mean. I thought I only saw the 2, but... Hey, I've been blind before, it can happen again. Still searching through this level 5. I don't feel like you want to leave this 5 without finding the item unless you are absolutely blocked by something.
Right. And the benefit to I guess, anything that doesn't involve shapes is that you know the shape of the dungeon, so you at least know which bombs you can bomb through or walk or pass through. Saves you the trouble of having to try to bomb every wall you come across.
Chat calling for Raft in 5. It's actually gonna be the wand.
Well, could still find a raft on the floor, but definitely in the staircase. There is that wand. Very nice find for Eat My Steel.
Well, since the heart containers are not in the general pool, and there's only one item in 5, so that's pretty much the one.
Oh, hearts aren't shuffled? Oh, I thought
No, they're not.
Because haven't
No,
we
the one in the
seen-
staircase was the ghost heart.
Oh, that's right. Joy. But there is the Triforce at a level 5 for Eat My Steel. 1 to go.
It's a pretty nice, quick level. As chat mentions the raft, we can't rule out that the raft is required because what if the level with the ladder is in one of the raft spots?
It's still possible. We still have a couple of dungeons unaccounted for.
One of the beautiful things about Randomizer is anything can be almost anywhere.
Mr. Cav gonna grab Triforce at a level 3. All of a sudden, we're picking up these counts. And Truant gonna grab Triforce at a level 5 as well.
Magic Friends burning the map.
As you do.
So, at least from our perspective, we have information on all the Triforces that we need to get into level 9. We've seen the Triforces out of 1, 2, 3, 5, and 7.
Yeah, just
Well.
missing that ladder to pick up the silvers on the coast.
I gotta say, I think if you find enough Triforce, you go into 9 and you see if the ladder's there. Because at the very least, you're gonna get information.
Oh, yes.
And there's 2 chances there, so your odds are a little bit better than most dungeons. Mr. Cav heading up to the graveyard. Everybody kind of crisscrossing and exploring some of the areas others have been to. My Steel's about to locate level 9 here. But 1 Triforce short of being able to make use of it as Magic Friends is going to get the Triforce at a level 5.
Making progress in that shingle count. But at the 45-46 minute mark, these runners must be getting nervous about the other opponents in the race.
And one benefit to having that recorder allows you to warp all the way around the world to get to certain places faster.
That warp is a powerful thing at times, especially for as spread out as everything is. There's not really this grouping of anything. Everything's got so much distance from everything else you want.
And Eat My Steel re-enters Palace 2, and will likely get that last Triforce that he needs.
With this wand, he's got a lot of combat ability increase. Of course, everybody's on wood sword right now, but the wand hits at white sword damage. Plus, it's got range. Not gonna work as good as the white sword against everything, but it does okay as Truant. Grabs Triforce at a level 1.
Yep, the race is on. They're on the left side of the screen. 4 Triforces apiece. Who's going to be the first to pick up number 5? It looks like Eat My Steel. But Truant Gamer is no slouch.
Another benefit to having the wand is that it mitigates the downside of all these red bubbles, because the red bubbles take away your sword, doesn't take away your wand.
Truant also opts to pick up the wooden arrows. Speaking of things that help mitigate the bubble curse, those fire at white sword damage, they just cost you a rupee in the process.
Well, I guess you could just call that Goma insurance.
Oh, I think you also take it for the speed up against Pole's voice.
That too.
And Mr. Cab is also using them for the overly caffeinated Landmolas.
He's turning those danger noodles into some tasty shish kebabs.
And meanwhile, in the lower right, Magic Friends just grabbed the magic wand. Finished with level 5 for now.
Question in chat, have any of the runners found level 9? Yes, I believe it was Mr. Cab. Found level 9 underneath a recorder spot in the desert.
I think Eat My Steel also just saw it not long ago as well, so at least 2 of them have located it. It's the southernmost recorder spot in the desert.
And Eat My Steel collects Triforce number 5. And we'll see if he makes a beeline for level 9.
I think without the knowledge of the other levels, that's the play.
Yeah, if the ladder is here, we're good. If it's not in 9, we have some more searching to do.
Yeah, let's not forget that even if that is the play, you're committing to a double dip of level 9 no matter what. Because you would have to leave to get the silvers. Good news is the silvers are not that far away from 9, if that's what it comes down to.
And Magic Friends get lucky getting a clock in the Wizrobe room. We'll make this collecting this Triforce quick and easy.
Speaking of quick and easy, Triforce's Truant Gamer out of a level 3 with Tringle in hand, eligible to enter level 9, but I do believe he still needs to find it. But Eat My Steel has entered level 9. Not sure if we can switch to his audio or not, but he'll be looking for the door, listening for the roar, again, and making himself known north, south, east, or west of the current location. Of course, can be masked by the said roar of such a creature like that Patcher right there.
And remembering to check these second quest walls, that's very important.
And continues to hear a roar, so Ganon is not far away.
So he didn't explore to the right there because, 50% chance that's Ganon. And this will tell him if that's where Ganon is.
Just another Patcher, but this one's in an NSE room. And without a ladder, that can be a little tricky. Luckily, he has that red ring.
Now, of course, there's also hints in 9 that could tell you where the kidnapped is and whatnot, but no book. No book, no hints.
Yep, the old men are just gonna stay asleep unless you can wake them up with, I guess, what's the opposite of a bedtime story?
A wake-up story?
I suppose so.
A wake-up limerick. Chad asks, because Mr. Cab is using a Zelda sprite, will Link be the kidnapped? That is correct.
Brilliant deduction, Watson.
And amongst our other sprite options, we also have various enemies like the Wizrobes and Gibdos and such. And in that case, basically Zelda and Ganon have swapped places. It's as silly as it sounds.
This is a lot of Darkroom Pactra.
Yeah, but at least once you kill them, they don't come back.
That is one thing you'll take for sure.
Truant Gamer has stumbled into level 9. Mr. Gab up to 4 Tringles. But we still need the ladder. Silver arrows are on the coast.
Also, that's enough evidence for Eat My Steel. If I followed that right, he should now know which room Ganon is in. It should be the right of that one room. Because he's been to both sides of it, so he should now know exactly which room it is. We could also find the compass as a helpful item. And this level 9 is very Patra infested.
Nines tend to do that.
Unfortunately, we don't have the number to the Patra Busters.
I mean, that's pretty much the wand. With the wand, you're able to dual wield, so you're stabbing with both the wand and sword.
Ooh,
that helps.
Truant gamer, ladder blocked out of that left ear. As is Eat My Steel.
We are hunting for staircases here, hoping that one of them has the ladder. The ladder is what we need to be able to grab the silver arrows. The silver arrows needed to defeat Ganon. Defeating Ganon required to find the kidnapped, and thus win the game.
No.
Oh
It's
boy.
Red Candle!
Strike one.
Now just one chance remaining for level 9 to have the ladder we need.
Also hidden in one of the many plethora of staircases here in level 9. Truant Gamer not far behind, catching up some ground.
Thing is, if the ladder is not here in 9, what would you rather see?
I'm gonna say Raft, as odd as that sounds.
The book.
Book wouldn't be bad either. I'm just thinking Raft location. If the ladder's not here, I'm thinking it's at a Raft location, so I'd rather find the Raft now.
That's true. We haven't found level 6 or level 8 in our overworld exploration thus far.
We also never found the item in level 7, where Magic Friends is now.
That sure would be something to dig out the Spiral of Doom.
Well, anything that gives you a chance where you can dig out what somebody else doesn't.
There's a staircase, so unfortunately Magic Friends will delay finding the Triforce, but if he finds the ladder here in 7, then that's all well and good.
Level 7 was the first dungeon we found, and in fact, you could walk right to the Triforce, no combat required. I think all 3 of our other runners were able to pick up the level 7 Triforce without even having a sword. Now a bunch of rude robes.
Is there any other kind?
No.
Didn't think so.
Magic Friend's in trouble here. 1 heart left. Is he gonna get through this?
At this point, would you be tempted to leave the room to save your progress here?
In a heartbeat, I would.
Okay, he does have potions, though.
Yeah, I would absolutely do that to whittle him down. I'm a huge fan of that as a strategy. Will Cleosis, the infectious one, joins us in chat as Mr. Cab has the Triforce out of level 4.
Fortunately, did not pick up the magic key.
Yeah, but that gains him entrance into level 9. And he's the only one to grab that Triforce out of level 4.
The hunt continues. Where is this ladder? Eat My Steel continues to look for the second item in 9. We found the red candle. We have not found many staircases in level 9. How strange of a sentence is that?
There's the raft. Raft is in 9.
I think that's a pretty big pickup for Truant at this point. Because if that ladder wasn't going to be here, it's looking pretty required right now. I would check those spots right away.
Oh, yes.
Ask ye shall receive.
If nothing else, at least we have the entire world at our disposal between the... Oh, there's level 8!
Alright, Trenton's a witch.
It might be the worst level you could find, but boy, if that doesn't feel right at this point, I don't know what does. Am I still also going to pick up the raft?
We do not know where Dungeon 6 is, to answer a question in chat. And there's a Goma.
Could not be the item, could be the Triforce, which is not required. Is this the item?
Meanwhile, Magic Friends finds the Triforce. It eventually finds the Triforce in level 7. If he found the item, well, he's going back in. I'm guessing he didn't find the item yet.
Ooh, and Eat My Steel making a gamble. He's dug out level 9. Jumped back into level 7.
Well, it's a dungeon you know the location to, and you know you don't have the item yet, so... It's not the worst play, it's... Take out the node quantity before you start trying to hunt down the unknown, I guess.
I think it's also a play that he knows not a lot of other people are gonna make.
Well, the thing is, your options at this... Oh, well, there's our item in level 7. It's the white sword.
That's nice to have, I guess.
I mean, it's better than being slapped with a wet fish, but not by a lot at this point. Truant continues to explore one of the longest dungeons in second quest and only has one item, so... First quest, level 8, is high value with 2 items because there's... the item per room count is really good. In second quest, stand that on its head because it's a lot of rooms for only 1 item.
No, level 8 does have 2 items in it. Yeah, and in vanilla it has the wand and the magic key, I believe.
We stumbled on a potential push block guarded by a bunch of blue wizard robes. Gonna kick him out. And
there's the book. No, I grabbed that in a heartbeat.
There's the
what are you doing, Truant?
Oof.
He's gonna let the old men sleep. They've lived a long, hard life. They've deserved a nice, good sleep.
So we need the book to understand hints. Truant has totally forgone that at this point.
Well, there's no guarantee that any of the hints would even point us toward the ladder anyway.
No, but the other thing it could point you to is the other missing level.
Right, saying that, was it
yeah.
Gleelock something or other in the whatever place.
And there is also the potential hint for Zelda in 9. So there's still room for those hints to help you. But, using the wand as we are, Truant probably decides he'd rather not face the fire.
Yeah, I can never ignore the fact that the book still causes your wand to shoot fire, and the fire will still hurt you.
I don't know, it's pretty cold where I'm at. Fire sounds pretty toasty right now.
With s'mores, right?
Oh, of course. Can't have fire without s'mores.
Okay, just checking. Magic Friends has the Triforce at level 3. That is enough to enter level 9. It's kind of an interesting meta at this point because you know this seed feels long. Even if the right play is go into 9, gamble, see what you can find. If you're trying to meta based on what other people are doing, maybe you don't go into 9.
Yeah, I think at this point, maybe not.
Truant does not want to die to this troll Handela. Not when there's perfectly good exploration to be done.
I'm kind of wondering what Magic Friends is looking
level.
I'm wondering what Magic Friends is looking for. He's digging deeper into 3. I don't think he forgot that he already got the boomerang out of here.
Maybe the heart for the play at max?
Possibly. He did pick up the heart container.
And welcome to Speed Gaming 2. You are joining us here on Speed Gaming 3 for the Zelda 1 Weekly. I hope everybody's having a good night so far. We are on the hunt for this missing ladder. We need it to get the silver arrows.
And we know, based off of what we've seen, it can either be in 8 or in 6. It's a 50-50 chance at this point.
We are running a modified Pentaforce flag settings. Second quest overworld in the underworld. And the ladder is what's missing.
Ickbin Maya coming in with the bit donation. Thank you so much. Mr. Cab is exploring.
Oh dear, there's the magical boomerang in 8. The ladder is in 6. I believe I called that one.
Well, I was saying the level 8's a pretty big troll in second quest, and it delivered.
Yeah, Trenton off the hook from being a complete witch. We did find the raft in the level 9, but the raft didn't lead us to anything.
Incidentally, we also saw a bomb upgrade there, but Truant didn't have enough money for it at the time.
Yeah, ironically, he has exactly enough money for it right now.
Had to find a secret for that, though, so not the most helpful thing.
Yeah, the ladder in its vanilla dungeon, but we know the dungeon is not in its vanilla location, so we're gonna have to do some more hunting if we do not know where level 6 is yet.
I mean, who am I to argue with Truant, but I sure would have wanted to see the other raft spot.
Yeah, that's one bit of information we don't have. Truant Gamer going back into 7 as Eat My Steel finds 8.
Well, you're here, you don't know anything, so I think you're gonna explore it. Of course, I could be wrong. But the game may have other ideas. Get in that level, explore it!
I mean, that's the point where I'd be crossing the water and be like, alright, maybe the game's trying to tell me something.
So, guessing that the Eat My Steel is going back. This is the Any routes, I think. Yeah. I was wondering if he was going back to a previous dungeon, or is he going to try and get over to Raft Location 2 and see if that's the shorter dungeon?
Meanwhile, Truant back in level 7, gonna find that white sword. Gonna feel bad, man.
Lot of Lionels doing their thing. I think that's the second hit shop we hadn't seen before.
Yeah, for all the good it does us at the moment. The only one who knows where the book is opted not to grab it.
Mr. Cap making a very reasonable play to explore 9. We just know it's not going to work out.
Yep, he had already found the red candle, I believe. Still hasn't found that raft yet, I don't think.
There's to the map. Hopefully by this point he knows where Ganon is. Might know... Is that the shutter door? Nah, I think that's the shutter door. That's a ladder blocked. Surprise, surprise.
Well, we knew early on that the ladder was required tonight when we saw the coast item, and it was the silver arrows. We have then promptly spent over an hour trying to find it. And at this point, we only know where it is via process of elimination.
Yep, because we have found literally everything else.
A
But
couple outstanding
and
heart containers.
there's 6 in the other raft spot.
Alright, Trenton, which reconfirmed.
To be fair, I think we had explored the rest of the overworld.
There might have been some recorder spots left unchecked, but still, yeah.
I always said that if, in the case of having the raft, you better go check those raft locations.
Yeah, ended up both of them paying off, though, at least as far as information goes. More red bubbles in Triforce rooms.
Yep. And this one appears to be just as unavoidable.
Yeah, I think he tried to damage boost past it, but couldn't quite get it. And between the wand and the red candle, at least you have reliable, repeatable weaponry.
Arrows as well are...
Paying off in spades. And I'm not sure that's an actual sound. Unless that's just do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
A lot of land molas in this level, and another heart container for Eat by Steel puts him in minimum range for the magic sword, if you want to try for it. Speaking of trying, Triforce for magic friends. That didn't really work, but I went with it anyways.
Yeah, Triforce number 6, as Mr. Cab finds the raft. And the bad, well, as of now, the bad news.
Raft 100% required, though.
Yep.
So, I said earlier, the thing about going into 9 is you were absolutely committed to the double dip, whether it was required or not. Well, now we know it was required.
Yep, Shrink Gamer finding that out here. Finding level 6 right behind Eat My Steel. Let's see who's gonna come out of here with the ladder first.
And good news as far as all this goes is it's going to be a really quick trip to get the silvers from here. Even 9's not going to be that far away once you have the silvers.
Yes, as long as they've been making note of any Ganon roars.
Staircase behind the
True.
Goma.
Truant
That's
found
it!
It was behind that Goma really early in 6. Eat My Steel decided not to fight that Goma, and it's going to cost him.
I don't know if Steel has the arrows.
Yeah.
True, I don't think he
that's
ever
right.
bought them yet. Oh god, goodness, the wooden arrows are required too.
Oh, what a scene this was. Force double dip into 9 to get the raft, to get the ladder, to get the silvers, to go back into 9 to beat Ganon.
I'm gonna say this right now, I did not roll this scene.
And Recorder was required for 9, let's not forget that. So,
Yep.
Recorder required to get to 9 to get the raft, to get the ladder out of 6 to get the silvers off the coast.
You couldn't plan to one much trollier. Try.
I mean, second quest or not, you tell runners they only need 5 Triforces and it's going to take them over an hour, they're not going to feel great about that seed.
Right, an hour? Why? That's probably their response.
This is why.
Cab
You know,
back
Mr.
in level
I apparently
4.
have missed a step because the power bracelet was required to get the recorder. What a
Oh, yeah.
seed!
Alright, where was level 1 again?
I don't know. It was an hour ago.
But here we go. 1 hour and was that 13 minutes in? Here's Ganon.
Vanilla Ganon Room.
Red.
Maybe not the best one to fight Ganon in, but Truant had a stun lock. Ganon gets away. One more hit, I think. 2 more.
Yeah, question
Or-
in chat,
or not.
where's
There we go.
question in chat, where's the letter in the second quest in Vanilla? It is way up in Death, I believe it's over in Death Mountain near level 9.
How about this? In sync, Magic Friends and Mr. Cab gonna pick up the magic key. But Truant has defeated Ganon, now just has to find Zelda.
And there she is.
Oh, that'll do.
And-
GG to Truant Gamer. He's our 4th place finisher overall, a time of 1:14:32.
Yep, our previous finishers, we had Captain Green 7 finishing first place with a hair over an hour, 1 hour and 17 seconds. Random Effect second with a time of 1:04:17. And Ryan 7 third place with a time of 1:13:21. GG to Wall.
Yep, meanwhile, Eat My Still has purchased those wooden arrows, I think making their way back to level 6. Unfortunately, Mr. Cab and Magic Friends are not on the correct path. But Mr. Cab should be picking up his white sword at a level 7, making Ganon go by a bit quicker, tying him up with everybody else for offense.
Eat My Steel heading back into 6.
Wooden arrows in hand.
Well,
Yeah.
Truant, how about that chain reaction?
Yeah, I don't know what else to say, but
Well, it could be worse. Eat My Steel went into 6 without the wood arrows.
yeah, that's one I'm glad I grabbed when I saw it.
And especially unfortunate because Eat My Steel got into 9 before you and got into 6 before you. But unfortunately, he didn't have the arrows at the time, and that allowed you to pull ahead.
Yeah, and I took that detour through 8, and I didn't want to do it. Craft on a 9 and thought, well, important items are here, and I walked into 8 and said, oh man, I don't want to do this, but it's telling me to, and I just picked the wrong raft spot.
You left the book behind. Obviously, there weren't that many things to find, but was there any consideration to the hints at that point?
No, I just had 6 and 7 left, so I knew it was one or the other, and I went to 7 first since it was known. So it was just a play. I didn't think it was necessary at that point.
Well, one heck of a game, that's for sure. You played it well. You managed to defeat all the trolls you found, and nothing left to say but GG's.
Thank you, and GG's to everyone else.
Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, Truant.
Feel free to stick around in the commentator's booth if you'd like, but we got Mr. Cab in level 7. Hasn't found that white sword yet. Eat My Steel back in level 9. Silver's in hand. Knows where the pig is. Should be finishing up and joining us shortly.
You know, Magic Friend's taking his first trip into level 9. Hasn't yet found found any of the items yet, I do believe.
Well, I was gonna say this was a short 9 as far as required goes, but it really wasn't to get the raft.
No, it wasn't.
Just fast to get to Ganon and Zelda. You didn't want to do a Here's Ganon on this one?
Oh, well, we already found him. And I also don't see him. There he is. Here's Ganon.
He's hiding. That's what he does. P.S. If you've never seen Visible Ganon, that's an experience to have in your life. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
But Eat My Steel serving us our second serving of tasty bacon.
Speaking of things that are hard to pass up,
And the shutter door opens. And Eat My Steel finishes in 6th place overall with a time of 1:19.16, just behind Shaddy finishing 5th with a time of 1:18.26.
yeah, it goes to show you, probably everybody had pretty similar issues to what we saw on this seed. It was just a question of how fast you could get through it. But a chain reaction seed like this is going to slow down anybody.
Oh yes, when the path is long and convoluted, there's really no way out of it.
Eat My Steel, GG. How about that walk to pick up the wood arrows? At least nothing bad happened there.
Yeah, that was interesting seed to say the least. I was in 6, I saw that Goma, and I was like, no way. There's just no way. Nah. Sure enough, that was it.
Yep. Though it was a very wise decision to nope out of 8. I'm sure between 6 and 8, you would rather have dug out 6 than 8 any day of the week. I'm sure.
Oh, I was praying that other raft spot was 6. I was like, you got to be kidding me. They went in and dug 8 to finish that. That's just ridiculous. But yeah, I wasn't going to 8 if I could help.
Mr. Cab has just located the white sword and gonna take a damage boost at least. Magic Friends found Ganon and could not bomb through the room, so has to continue the exploration. When you find the raft in 9, how are you reacting to that?
I honestly wasn't thinking it was the raft. I was just like, okay, the ladder's not here. I was thinking it would be the ladder, and that's why I kept digging it. And I was like, well, that's probably nothing, but at least I know I got to go to probably 7. And nope, that wasn't it. Then it was just all the options just started going away. So yeah, it was Trolly McTroller seed a little bit.
It's always an interesting experience when, in a Pentaforce sort of seed, we still found where everything was.
Yeah, I was kind of liking my decision to not dig 4 for the Triforce early, but then 1 kind of stumbled me up a little bit because I got red bubbled and I couldn't kill the Gleeok, so I ran out, bought a potion for that. So it's like no matter what you did, you had to go and run and find everything no matter what.
Well, it was really hard to pick up time on this seed unless you just happened to right order it. If we were doing a Router's Relish, what would you do differently?
Oh, geez, I can't even fathom doing routers on this right now. Yeah, because I mean, you have to get the raft out of 9. So, find the quick, easy Triforces like out of 7. You grab that Triforce quick. 1, I don't know if you get that one. I'm trying to remember where all the other. You'd have to go and look and see where the try, and I think I got the 1 in 5. How convenient the 1 in 4 would have been to get. You definitely dig into 4 and probably get that red ring, I would think, and the any key, because those are pretty easy items to find, and it's a little out of the way, but you'd have to kind of look into all that for the routers.
Meanwhile, Magic Friends has found the raft and looks to be heading in the right direction to get to the coast.
Interesting. I think Magic Friends found the raft before finding the red candle, which I think was the only one to do so.
Yeah, it's just kind of if you go left or do you go up. You know, most people go to 9 and they just go up thinking, yeah, it's probably just up.
Cab just going into the right level now. So this scene kind of warned us what it was early with that wood sword placement. I think you got it just after the 10-minute mark.
Me, no, a wood sword. I got late. Was it after? I don't remember how late it was. That was it was one of the absolute last open caves I found. I know. It felt like a half hour.
I think either 10 minutes or 15 minutes. I'm just not sure which.
Yeah, either way, it was in one of the worst
Way
places.
up there
it
on
could've
Death
been.
Mountain. Alright,
Yeah.
Mr. Cab, in the right room here.
Did Cab have arrows coming in here?
Yes.
Yeah, I believe he was the first one to buy them.
Yeah, after I found everything else, I would have bought them, but I just never came across them when I had the information and the money. Otherwise, I probably would have just picked them up at one point. But yeah, I was thinking, no way. You know, I saw RE and CG7 finish at about the hour mark. I was thinking, man, there's no way all that stuff's required.
Mr. Cab used the recorder?
I guess trying to see if there was a close enough warp point to get back to 9.
But he only had to walk down 2 screens to get the silvers.
All right.
I think he just forgot that step momentarily.
Yeah, that's an oof.
But you could record her back because you got the Triforce. So why is he walking? I think that's just the scene maybe getting the better of you a little bit.
Well, he doesn't
Well-
have the Triforce for 6, so he can't record her back to that.
But remember, it was Mr. Cab who tried to pick up that magical sword at like 3 hearts, like 10 minutes in.
Well, Magic Friends now has the ladder. Also the map of 6. Whatever you call that thing.
It's a thing. That's all that matters.
And here's going to be the silvers for Cab. Almost in sync. Magic Friend's going to pick them up as well. We got a nice race going between these two.
Yes, sir, indeed.
Yeah, really had to fight the urge in 9 after finding the red candle to just up A and get out of there. But I was like, no, I'm going all the way. It was kind of pot committed at that point. It was just I gotta see the other item here. Glad I didn't do that.
Interesting decision. Magic Friends decided to use a potion and buy a new one right away before heading into 9.
Fairy's close-ish, but, either way gets you there.
Yeah, they're gonna be going in at just about the same moment.
Yeah, I
Maybe
think Cab
Mr.
just
Cab
has
is
a
screen ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Cap. It all depends on how much of 9 they explored. How much do they know where Ganon is? So they're pretty much geared exactly the same. This is going to be a tight one.
Well, Magic Friends was literally in Ganon's room, so no question about that one. Mr. Cab got in there just a few seconds faster. And Cab knows where Zelda is, because that's the shutter door.
I think Magic Friends does as well, passing it right there, guarded by the Patra.
Well,
Yeah,
knows
how's
that is a shutter door, but not the shutter door, because Patra's still alive.
No, that is the shutter door.
Yeah, that was the one.
But I'm saying Magic Friends doesn't know that because Patra is still alive.
Ah, yes, true.
Oh.
Occasionally I make a point that's right. Gotta keep everybody on their toes.
All right,
Well,
Mr.
Mr.
Cab
Cab
takes down
has-
Ganon.
Yeah. Serving number 3. That's a piece for all of us. We don't have to share.
Magic Friends using the double stab tech to finally get the stun lock on and kept it the rest of the way. Cab knows where to go, and that is going to be yet another GG.
Yep, Mr. Cab finishing in 7th place with a time of 1:28.37. GG.
And unfortunately, Magic Friends going the opposite direction.
Oh dear.
A little bit left of level 9 to explore.
Steel, any final thoughts on the night?
No, it's kind of a nice little break to kind of know what you're getting into going into it. It's kind of a little disappointing that it was that trolly, but no, it was a fun little race. I actually don't mind second quest dungeons. I kind of like them. I like the second quest overworld and stuff. I think it's a little more fun to have, recorder blocks and potential ladder blocks and stuff like that more. So it's a fun little seed.
And Mr. Cab joins us. You survived it.
I've had some
Maybe.
time to think about this, in my long journey after through the end of the game there. F is for finally lifting the ladder. R is for recurve, my favorite type of bow. E is for eviscerating that pig. And D is for how delicious bacon is. I'll let chat figure out the rest.
Okay. I'll give that one 3 stars.
Just 3. That's at least
Out
7.
of 5. That's pretty good.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, stars are out of 5. And that was short notice. Yeah. I'm kind of glad I'm glad I was at least proven right to dig 9 for that. But wow. Damn it, 7, what were you doing? Fun seed though.
See
Fun seed.
Redbird's channel. So yeah, it was a nice long chain reaction seed.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember now if getting the bow early did anything other than getting the arrows did anything other than make my life easier. But yeah, I just wish I didn't get stuck in as many places as I did without bombs or without a sword or anything like that. But I think, like it was said when I came in here, I forget who was talking, but it was trolly, but not like unexpectedly trolly.
Let's see, the arrows probably helped with the red bubbles, and then of course they were required for Dagoma to get the ladder.
Ah, yeah, okay. Then I was right to get the bow.
Yep.
Yeah, by that point, I was just seeing red, so I was just charging forward.
Yeah, seeing so much red that you forgot to go down and pick up those silver arrows.
Yeah, forgot to get them immediately after 6. I obviously remembered and then just kind of went for a walk to blow off some steam. South
nice
Hyrule is
selfie
just so
attitude.
scenic. I mean, at that point, it's like, well, I've got a red ring, a white sword. I've got know where the silvers are. It's going to happen. It's just time.
Speaking of time,
Yeah, meanwhile, Magic Friends takes a bit of a roundabout way to get to Zelda, but manages to do that, finishing in 8th place with a time of 1:32.10. GG.
Yeah, you were side by side going into the Ganon fight, by the way.
Oh no.
Yep, you already knew. You already had knowledge of where the way to Zelda. Magic Friends did not.
Yeah, that'll happen. GG though.
So Magic Friends, the part of the equation you didn't know is that if you had killed that Patra, that shutter door would have opened. So, little exploration.
Kill the Patra and the shutter door opens.
The shutter door would have not opened after you killed Patra, and then that would have been a faster path to Zelda.
Ah, because I turned right at the Patra. Okay, gotcha. I have a question mark on my map there, and then, like, I could have just gone north, like, 4 doors and got to Zelda. Am I on push to talk? I am on push to talk.
yep.
So,
That was the.
That was a
route.
seed.
That's pretty much
was.
the reaction of the night.
Did anybody find
That'll happen.
level 8?
Level
Nope.
8 was at the other raft spot.
Oh my
Yeah, literal-
goodness.
Literally everyone else found it.
But I'm the one that went into 9 last, so that's that right.
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, last one on the restream.
Yeah, because I was still trying to find level 8. I was like, well, I think I'd rather dig 8. I'm like, do I want to dig 8 or do I want to dig 9 or do I want to dig 6? Like, and I still had a couple of like random spots that I missed from just some weird routing that I did where I was like missing a bomb. Like I didn't get the push block up at Vanilla 5 and stuff.
Yeah, but it turned out digging 9 was really the only option because you needed the raft out of 9 to get to 6 or 8. And by process of elimination, we know that level 8 had the book and the magical boomerang.
Level 8 truly was trash.
Well, that would
What
have been fun.
was
If
in
you,
this seed?
I was gonna say that would have been fun if you made the choice to dig 8 and then you find that garbage. Oh my god.
Truant Gamer did.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean he was happy about it.
No, definitely not. In fact, level 6 was, from our perspective, level 6 was the last dungeon we saw.
Hey, Magic, did you have arrows going into 6 as well?
Yeah, I had bought arrows earlier. So I bought arrows before I went into 1 and 5. I got red bubbled in 1 and bomb blocked. I left and then cleared 5 without having a sword.
Ooh, nice. I wish I had more bombs to open up 5, so I could have tried to do that. I
We
think
did
I've made
see-
like 3 trips into 1 before I came in with a potion and managed to clear it out.
We did see one bomb upgrade man hanging out in level 8. We also see that Jay Wade has just finished in 9th place with a 136.41. As we start to put a wrap on this one, any final thoughts from you tonight?
There was a bomb guy in 4 directly west of your entry point, but through
Was it-
2 secret doors.
I have it in the 3rd row up, but yeah, it's all the way on the left, like you said. Either way.
I just hope that my practicing combat like this helps me tomorrow. So that's my prayer.
The ongoing random percent tournament continues. Hope people will check that out. A lot of fun to be had. I am Trenton. It's been a pleasure to be with y'all this evening. Melee, any final thoughts?
We do still have 3 runners making their way through this seed. We have Bogey, Dr. J, PhD, and John Tabin, Tabin. So if you want to head over to one of their channels and cheer them on, I'm sure they'll appreciate it.
And August, take us home.
Well, as always, make sure you stay tuned and up to date on the speed gaming schedule. Looking for what floats your boat. Tons more of the Zelda 1 random percent tournament going on, as well as all the other good stuff here on Speed Game.
Well, with that, as we look to put a wrap on this evening, Speed Gaming going to host Fred Coughlin, the programmer of the Zelda 1 Randomizer. And thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening. Hope you have a great night, everybody.